He leaned back in the leather chair like a king on a crumbling throne. "You're not getting a dime." The words landed like a slap. Not loud, not cruel, just final. He said it over steak, red wine, and candlelight, as if he were telling me the weather. I didn't flinch, didn't blink. He always mistook my silence for weakness, a habit from childhood he never outgrew. But habits break, or they rot. My fork hovered over the fillet, still untouched. I looked up, eyes cold. He smirked. Then my phone lit up beside the plate. One name. Madison. Assistant. I tapped answer, held it up. Her voice was clear, confident. They signed. The board voted. You're officially CEO. My father's smile froze, and in that second of silence, I began to breathe. He never saw me as his child, just a shadow of the son he wished he'd had. He gave me his name, his blood, but never his approval, never the keys. He said I was too soft, too quiet, too emotional, as if empathy was a flaw, as if I didn't learn from him every time he dismissed me, every time he praised my brother for simply existing. When I joined the company, he put me in a corner office with no windows and a broken printer. "Earn it," he said. So I did, but not the way he expected. I kept my head down, watched, listened. Every meeting, every whisper in the hallway, every sigh when someone thought I wasn't paying attention. I paid attention to everything, and I remembered. It started with a question. Who really runs this place? Not him, not anymore. The company had grown past his grasp. Old blood doesn't keep a heart beating forever. I made friends in silent places, built alliances behind boardroom glass. Late nights turned into quiet power. I learned how the contracts worked, where the shares were shifting, whose loyalty was for sale, and whose loyalty could be bought with something deeper than money. He was too arrogant to notice. He thought his name was enough. He thought legacy meant control. But legacy fades. Paper holds more weight than pride. So I bought. I signed. I studied, until the structure leaned in my direction, and all it needed was a final push, a single vote, one more whisper. I whispered it, and the floor beneath him cracked. I watched his eyes track every word from Madison's mouth. CEO. My name. The one he never said in public unless it was followed by an insult. Now it echoed through the speakerphone, indifferent and absolute. He reached for his wine. His hand shook. "You went behind my back," he muttered. I said nothing, because it was never about going behind his back. It was about rising quietly in his shadow until I became the thing he feared most. Necessary, unavoidable, irreversible. I reached into my coat pocket, pulled out the envelope, set it gently on the table between us. Inside, shareholder signatures, board approvals, legal filings, all dated, all real. He didn't open it. He didn't need to. He knew what it was. His world, slipping out of his hands. He leaned forward, voice low, bitter. "You think this makes you powerful?" I leaned back. "No, it makes me free." He tried to summon rage, but he was too tired, too exposed, too old. He looked at me like he didn't recognize the person across the table, and maybe he didn't, because for the first time I wasn't the child begging for his attention. I was the reckoning wearing his last name like armor. "You could have asked me," he said. "I would have helped." I almost laughed, but I didn't. I did ask. Years ago. "You told me I wasn't worth it." He said nothing, just stared. I stood up, gathered my coat. The envelope stayed on the table, like a gravestone between us. "Enjoy your meal," I said. "It's your last one on the company's tab." The boardroom was quiet the next morning. His nameplate was gone. Mine replaced it. Same table, same skyline view. Different power. I didn't feel joy, didn't feel hate, just calm. The kind that comes after a long, slow storm. The kind that leaves nothing standing but truth. People asked if I'd invite him back, if I'd offer him a title, a gesture. But I don't deal in gestures, and I don't resurrect ghosts. He built the foundation, but I rebuilt the tower, and I don't owe the past a thing. He said I'd never be worth a dime. Turns out, I bought the whole empire instead.